Good morning.
Morning. We are on section 11. What is creation? Let's find out.
Mm,
Creation is the sum of all God's thoughts, in number infinite, and everywhere, without all limit.
Can I just stop there?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
We
a
got
big
about
statement.
half an hour on that one.
Oh, gee. No, I just want to make. When I first read this, I was like, okay, all right. And not having any kind of biblical background, I was like, yep, I didn't put myself in there. I didn't realize that I, the Christ, was one of God's thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't dawn on me. I mean, it
Mm.
just didn't stick. But can we safely say that creation is a sum of all God's thoughts, and inclusive in there is the sonship, which is what we are. We
Yes.
are God's thought. Yeah.
Yes. It says down here in the footnote in the COA version, God's thoughts are his sons. Creation, therefore, is the sum total of all of his sons in number infinite.
Thank you.
Hmm.
Good. Good.
Yeah,
I've
and
never heard that before.
pausing to think a thought is an idea, and the substance of an idea is the mind that thinks it. So, are you ready to stretch that? So, if you are the thought in the mind of God, the substance of what you are, what makes you, creates you, sustains you, preserves you, is the mind of God.
Is there anything other than that?
No.
So we should be ascended in this moment.
Well, yeah, I've got an appointment to do that tomorrow at 8 a.m. I won't be here anymore.
Wait a minute, you promised to finish the lessons with me, okay?
Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. We're going to have to hurry up. Hope you're not busy today, sis. Okay. But that's amazing. We're spiritual. You think of an idea, and it's a spiritual idea in the mind, and that's what we are in God's mind. So anyway, I won't go too long on that, but there's some food for thought.
Mm.
Only love creates, and only like itself.
That's a big statement. Mhm.
There was no time when all that it created was not there. We've always been, without beginning, without end, no birth, no death. Nor will there be a time when anything that it created suffers any change.
Oh, sis, that's interesting
Hmm.
because in the FIP version, it has, nor will there be a time when anything that it created suffers any loss.
Nope. I like change. Sorry. I'm a big fan of the word change because loss would be part of it, but you can't add anything to it. It cannot change. It cannot alter. It has not fallen. It can't be depleted. It's perfect in its whole, in its entirety. We cannot change what God has done in what we are.
Mhm.
That's
So
big.
what you're saying is the blueprint
Mm-hmm.
can't change.
And we are that blueprint. We haven't changed what we are with our dream.
Okay. But later on, he speaks about, and he does speak about this more in depth in the course,
Hmm.
is that God, we are God's creations, his thoughts.
Yes.
And because we share the power of God, we also create
Yes.
in heaven, not
Mm-hmm.
here in
Right.
the realm of perception or consciousness.
Yes.
There's no creation,
Right.
right? Okay. Um, and and there is, I don't know if I'd call it change, but there is increase,
Extension.
extension.
Yes. Remember when we're talking about the donuts and the croissants and the pizza dough and the ingredients are always the same, pure, lovely, perfect, the
Yeah.
thoughts of God, and yet in infinite form, but it's always pure. It's always perfect because imperfection has never entered in to the mind of God. It can only create more like itself. And that's what we do with God. So our mind is as perfect and pure and lovely as God because we express God. We're God's evidence. Yeah. We have never varied from what God is. And that's when, and that loving impulse that God sends forth and it hits our awareness, through our individuated expression. You've got gifts and talents that are uniquely yours, and I do, and all of our brothers do. And we take that beautiful impulse, and through our individuated expression, we send that forth. And God knows that extension. And that's how God knows itself. Yeah, it's exciting. So infinite form, but no variation, like no impurity can enter into the mind of God.
So
our
what
mind.
you're saying, sis, just to simplify for me,
Yeah.
is the content remains
Yes.
absolutely pure,
Yes.
although the form may change.
Right.
Okay, through its extension.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. And there was no time when all that it, love, created was not there. Nor will there be a time when anything that it created suffers any change. Forever and forever are God's thoughts exactly as they were and as they are, unchanged through time and after time is done. That's probably one of the most inclusive, beautiful definitions of the truth, the absolute in God that I've read. That really informs you of your true nature. You can start and stop right there.
Yeah, and you could dovetail, the beginning of the course there, where Jesus says nothing real can be threatened, right? Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists.
Yes.
Herein lies the peace of God. If we really knew that and only that,
Right.
this would come alive for us, of course. We'd
Well, you could
remember.
use this as your test. Like, does it fit this? If not, it's not true. Cannot be true. It has nothing to do with what you are in truth. Yeah. Okay. Paragraph 2. God's thoughts are given all the power that their own creator has, for he would add to love by its extension. There it is. That was yesterday's lesson about all the power in us to extend the God in us, the Christ. Thus, his Son shares in creation and must therefore share in power to create. What God has willed to be forever one will still be one when time is over, and will not be changed throughout the course of time, remaining as it was before the thought of time began.
So sis, there's a little thing here that could become confusing, especially for those who follow like the Eastern non-dual paths, yeah, where there's a little bit of a confusion often where the oneness is believed to be oneness of form, not just content. But what I'm seeing as we go deeper into experiencing the lessons in the course is, and we were talking about this before, is the content is one. However, the form, because God thinks holographically, which we have no idea about, right? We can't wrap our minds around it because we've limited ourselves with a split mind. But God thinks holographically. Therefore, the forms of God are infinite.
Yes.
The content is one. That's what he means by oneness.
Right.
The content.
Yes.
Everything that God and his Son creates in heaven is one, right, in content, which means it all shares the one will of God and cannot deviate from the one will of God. However, the extensions
Mm-hmm.
of that
Yes.
may take many different forms,
And they do. Infinite in
holographically,
number. Mm-hmm.
infinite in number,
Mm-hmm.
and and yeah, and so it's beyond the
Comprehension.
limited mind, the split mind here. And what there is a confusion I've noticed with some of the people that we're working with,
Mm-hmm.
right? Whereas there's a confusion to believe that, oh, well, if that's true, then that's duality.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How could there be duality in heaven?
No, there's not. It's, yeah. So everything that we look upon, the real content of everything, every form that we look upon, what it's comprised of, where it's located, what it serves, what it is God, truly. And so that God is in our brother, God is in that tree, God is in this table, God is in this pen, right? I mean, it's all God in expression. Not we've made it material, we have made it dense. This pen can change, right? This body seems to age, so it looks like it's changed. But what I am as an idea in the mind of God is changeless. I'm not mortal, I'm spiritual. I can't what I am cannot age. The idea behind this pen is eternal. It never had a beginning, never had an end. It cannot be changed. It cannot be, but this, yes, I could snap it, throw it away, right? So that's how we start to learn to discern the real from the unreal. What's the thought behind the material object? What's the thought behind what we call a physical body? This is the realm of the real. Ideas in the mind of God. They're here, but for our distorted view, we make everything material. And then we say matter can change, matter can age, matter can get sick, matter can die. That's all the illusion. That's the separation, taking ideas and turning them into something material, matter-based. Yeah.
Right. And giving them the laws, opposite laws of God.
That's right. Yes. And limitation and vulnerability and guilt and fear, all of that we have overlaid onto real creation, which is what this is all about. What is real creation? So he's pointing to all the ways in which we can tell and judge what is real creation. God wills forever one, will still be one when time is over. So time has no effect at all on the real. The realm of the real is timeless. You have no initial birth date. You don't have an expiration date. You've always existed. You always will. You're as eternal as God is. Life eternal. That's what Jesus came to prove to us. He did prove it. Okay, so here we go, paragraph 3. He says, creation is the opposite of all illusions, for creation is the truth. Creation is the Holy Son of God, for in creation is His will complete in every aspect, making every part container of the whole. And this is what our sister Nouk was just talking about, this holographic nature. We can piecemeal a little bit out, but there's no way through an insane thought system that we can wrap our minds around what that means in its entirety. But knowing that the kingdom of heaven can be experienced in every single brother, but every single brother is within the kingdom of God, the whole. Every part container of the whole. Its oneness is forever guaranteed inviolate, forever held within His holy will beyond all possibility of harm, of separation, imperfection, and of any spot upon its sinlessness. I'm going to read that again. Creation, its oneness, creation's oneness, is forever guaranteed inviolate. It cannot be spoiled, it cannot be changed. It is forever held within God's holy will beyond all possibility of harm, of separation, imperfection of any kind, and of any spot upon its sinlessness.
What a relief.
Yeah. And if you reverse that list, you would know that we are safe, we are perfect, we are innocent. We are creation. We are the sons of God. We seem to be discreet and unaware of our eternal unity with Him, yet back of all our doubts, past all our fears, there still is certainty. For love remains with all its thoughts, its sureness being theirs. That's that light that's always within us. We can't get rid of it. We can't fully not know it. God's memory is in our holy minds, which know their oneness and their unity with their Creator. Let our function be only to let this memory return, only to let God's will be done on earth, only to be restored to sanity, and to be but as God created us. Our Father calls to us. We hear His voice, and we forgive creation in the name of its Creator, holiness itself, whose holiness His own creation shares, whose holiness is still a part of us.
Thank you. Thank you. That would have been very helpful to me 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It saved me a decade or two.
Yeah.
We have a lesson to go with this, do we?
Yes, 321.
Okay. Shall we keep going?
Sure. Yes,
Are you reading it or
you are.
am I? Okay.
Yeah.
Lesson 321. Father, my freedom is in you alone. I did not understand what made me free, nor what my freedom is, nor where to look to find it. Father, I have searched in vain until I heard your voice directing me. Now I would guide myself no more, for I have neither made nor understood the way to find my freedom. But I trust in you, you who endowed me with my freedom as your holy Son will not be lost to me. Your voice directs me, and the way to you is opening and clear to me at last. Father, my freedom is in you alone. Father, it is my will that I return. Today we answer for the world, which will be freed along with us. How glad are we to find our freedom through the certain way our Father has established. And how sure is all the world's salvation when we learn our freedom can be found in God alone. Amen.
Amen.
Beautiful, beautiful prayer.
Yeah, that's like humility's prayer right there. It's just
Yes.
this admission that my will and my freedom and everything that I truly long for can only be found to the extent that my will and God's will are recognized as one.
Interesting. I'm just checking myself right now and asking, why would I want anything else but God's will?
Why would you, sis?
And why would I, that's it. And why would I be tempted to react to anything that really is not God's will?
Mm-hmm. You know, it's interesting.
I wanted it.
Yes, yes.
As a substitute for God and my true identity. I just felt somebody touch me on the nose then.
On your
It's
nose?
happening in the room. I think it's Jesus. Oh, Lord. He's playing.
That's interesting, though, because, you know, yes, we all wanted to know what that would be like to be special or separate. And we get that. Mythical me, okay, that's what I came up with. And we do come to that recognition that there's nothing here that I want. I've tried everything. I keep screwing up. This is awful. Okay, you know, and this is happening because of my choice. We learn all that. And then you come to this place that I don't want to be that anymore. And I don't want to do what can never be done. Nobody's going to go, yes, seek and don't find is my life's mantra, right? So we come to that place and we go, all right, I get it and I don't want it. Now that second phase is, I don't want to be Coreen, but holy crap, I'm coming into what I don't know. Now it turns into the fear of God, right? Now we're looking at this fear of the unknown. And, you know, that unknown is love. And so this second leg of the deconstruction process is having more faith in love than the fear that you're used to. And God would be unknown to us except for the God that's in our brother that wants the same thing. That's how we undo that second phase of, all right, I don't want the ego, but I'm terrified to come unto an unknown God. And so we find that God is not frightening, that love is not a sacrifice and will not require anything of us that we don't want with all of our heart. I mean, we discover that we are the love that we've always sought. But the way that we do that, the means to overcome that fear of God is in holy relationship. And that's based on demonstration and direct experience. To know that the perfect love holds everything that you want. You remember home in those holy instances shared with your brother. And there's a consistency of those holy instances in a relationship that is dedicated to beholding the innocence in the other, so that love is all you want. Now, how frightening is God when you know that love is all you want, you've experienced that it doesn't require sacrifice, and that it's your home. Now you fling yourself into the arms of God. Now there's nothing that would prevent you from desiring God with all your will. And when that happens, it's done.
Beautiful, sis.
Yeah.
That's what's in the Obstacles to Peace in chapter 19, which you just described so beautifully. Thank you.
Yeah, that's how we'll come home. It's through our brother, you know, overcoming the fear of love. Yep.
Which is the attraction to death.
Yes. The fear of love is the attraction of death is what she's saying. Yes. We would rather die than awaken to love. And when you finally experience a holy love, that even saying that just sounds foreign in your mouth. You can't even imagine. Like, yeah.
Thank you, sis. Thank you for being on fire today.
Oh, thank you. It's because of you and brother that I'm on fire today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's our holy relationship.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes, it is.
Where the body cannot interfere.
Right. No. Nor because we don't want it to interfere. Relationship beyond bodies.
That's it.
How freeing.
Oh.
Yeah. All right,
well,
you guys.
Thank you, beautiful family. Thanks for joining us. I hope we didn't give you too many stretch marks on the inside.
Yeah. Yeah, I keep looking at this what is creation lesson and going, let me just pull out these, you know, one-liners about what creation is and create a diagram for myself or something. It's just like be a beautiful checkpoint or something. Anyway,
well,
but we're feeling fear, come back to this and go, no, this is what I am. This is God's will. This is my will. Maybe I will. I don't know. We'll see.
Do it for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Please.
Doing it for the one. All right, you guys. We'll see you next time. See you tomorrow.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.